If you waited 2 more minutes, you would have passed out and you would have to get naked in the snow. But you know what? Sometimes it's good to have a healthy breeze about the privates. Hey guys, it's your girl Laisha, aka Geek XX Chic, and we are here with another reaction to One Piece, the live action remake on Netflix. I am sorry guys, I know that these reactions have been a bit chaotic, but there's a long story behind it. But I appreciate those of you who've been waiting for these reactions. This is the last delay. I promise. But anyways, we are now on to episode 7, which is called Reindeer Shames. Not games. Again, loving the movie title theme. But yes, in the last episode, we visited this kingdom that was once prosperous, that there was a history for Vivi in this island. But anyways, this is all in aid of trying to help Nami. Nami is sick. They don't know what's wrong with her. And the closest doctor was on this island. So anyways, the island is not doing well. It was once prosperous, but because of their king kind of just becoming very selfish and inward facing, he's let the entire place get plundered by pirates and get abandoned. And now there's only one doctor left who is apparently a crazy witch by local lore. And that was their only chance to get Nami the help she needed. So they landed there. They've learned a little about the situation, got a little history, as I mentioned. And Nami thankfully did get carried up to the top of this huge cliff where the witch is by Luffy and, who was it? Luffy and, the chef's name slipped out of my head again. I don't always forget him. I'm so sorry. But anyways, they're at the top. We've met the crazy witch of a doctor, but she's just a little bit out there. And we've also been introduced to our fluffy friend. So that's kind of where we ended things with Nami waking up and, being on the mend. And of course, Luffy being ready for a whole new adventure. So ready to jump into this episode. Let's do that. Just before I do, a reminder to hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. And also that you can catch an uncut version of this reaction on my Patreon. All right, out of the way, let's get into the episode right now. They're on a witch hunt, or in this case, a deer hunt. Oh no! Yeah, we're getting the backstory on how him and the doctor got together. I vaguely remember this from when I was watching the anime. It's been so long, guys. I'm actually looking at getting back into the anime because I've been enjoying this, but it's just every time I see the episode count, I get so scared.
Hey! Say something.
Why'd you call him a monster? It's not encouraging.
Why won't you talk to us?
I don't know, because you just called him a monster. That's not very warm and inviting.
If he's just a regular animal, maybe we cook him up in a stew.
Okay, relax, boys.
Are you a bear or a person?
I think he's a raccoon.
Do you have to ask?
I mean, if raccoons could talk.
Maybe they can.
Can he be both?
No, evolutionary biology.
That's big words.
Whoa! Check this out.
Did the doctor say you could go snooping around her stuff?
Leave that alone! Don't touch it, you hear me? And I'm not a raccoon.
Disrespectful.
This is the best meal I have ever had. What is this?
People always feel that
Just
way
chicken soup.
when you haven't eaten for days.
Want to stay here and live in this huge castle, Blondie?
She's recruiting
I'll
husbands,
make you my personal chef.
amongst other things.
What was that dog?
You mean reindeer?
You mean Chopper?
Why did you
Yes,
get so
name.
angry when it touched that flag? Didn't like it at all.
It's Luffy's observational skills again.
Has a huge wound in his heart.
Do tell the story.
All the doctors in Drum Kingdom and holding them hostage in his castle.
They need to execute Wapol. We know this, right?
Beat it.
Right, this is my hidey hole.
Guard is up there. I barely escaped.
That's why she's here.
We should be looking out for each other.
Should we?
You and I are the only doctors that Wample hasn't captured.
I think we should be looking out for a comb.
I hear you turned your last patient into a frog.
Preposterous.
Oh, he's a transmogrifier?
This calls for another experiment.
So you're more of a scientist. You're not really a doctor.
Only thing worse than an incompetent physician is a bad scientist.
You know, I don't need advice from some greed-driven wit.
Oh,
They're scouring the treacherous valley of death for some supposed cure-all mushroom. A cure-all mushroom.
not the cackle, the literal cackle.
Could you not be so cruel? They
think
only
she
believe
can.
the stuff because they have no hope.
That part.
But I'm working on a cure that will save this country.
A cure for what, though?
Drum Kingdom cannot be saved.
Not with that attitude.
You'll see.
Just gotta take out the king. Easy peas.
See you around, old quack.
Not if I see you first, you bag of bones.
Oh, they're flirting. Oh, so you're gonna hide. Maybe find a smaller hat?
I created an ointment that heals broken bones.
Well, yeah, does it fix that?
I don't even have a gun. Look.
In
Nothing
this
up my
cold?
sleeves, no weapons at all.
Cereal, the pepperonis? In public?
I would never hurt you.
All right, well, if you waited 2 more minutes, you would have passed out and you would have to get naked in the snow. But you know what? Do you, friend? Sometimes it's good to have a healthy breeze about the privates.
Good afternoon.
Good after.
Oops. Not you cussing.
Why haven't you said anything before?
Because the humans tried to shoot me and called me a demon, probably.
When I spoke to the other humans, they shot at me.
Typical humans.
Because it's weird for a reindeer to talk.
You must be the abominable snowman.
Ooh. A lot of advantages to being a creature of myth.
What's an abominable snowman?
A
Indeed.
monster.
Such a big name for children to remember.
So whatever you can talk is nothing to brag about. I can talk too. Some people say I talk too much.
People who have no time to listen.
The other reindeer shunned me because of my blue nose.
Rudolph?
Did you ever eat a strange-looking fruit? Something you probably shouldn't have?
I was hungry.
I think that's it.
And there it is.
We have these things you see called devil fruits. Very rare.
Clearly not.
I think that you...
I remember their dog
ate
in this
of
show has
those
one.
And it turned you into...
This.
It isn't gourmet, but...
Didn't even ask what it was. That's how you got a devil fruit.
Why did you call me Chopper?
because those antlers of yours look like they could chop down trees.
It's like, I'll take it.
That's what I'm going to call you.
Chopper.
Say on about that Tony business.
It's my extreme pleasure.
Not Chopper bringing the feels. So can he talk to other reindeer though?
They were like two awkward peas in a pod.
With similar
But
hair,
like
kind
any
of.
relationship, they had their blow-ups.
Literally.
Don't call me a blue nose fool.
Hey now.
Stop!
Hey now. All right, everyone take 2 breaths and then I'll go apologize. Shake hands.
This is my first fight.
Well, it's no wonder. You need a partner to fight.
It's true. If you're fighting by yourself, that's a whole other world of problems.
A peace offering.
Like a glove.
Thank you.
So cute.
It's blown up 10 times. Why do we keep trying?
Because you got to figure out what went wrong.
You want to save the people?
Right?
The people who shoot abominable snowmen?
Right?
And me?
Keep clocking them.
And once people lose hope,
It's over.
they give in to fear and shoot at monsters and choppers.
I like the distinction.
How do we do that?
We never give up on them.
Weed. Just kidding.
Unfortunately, he was rich, and so he sought out famous physicians from far and wide, but none of them could cure his disease. He was passing a mountain, and there he saw a sight that took his breath away.
It was a cure-all mushroom.
Cherry blossoms.
So beautiful?
They are very pretty, especially freshly in the spring.
It was
A
Miracle?
miracle?
the cherry blossoms had healed him.
Wow.
That's a very real thing, by the way.
I will be the doctor that saves this sick country. That's why I hoist the skull and crossbones against any disease there is.
Right. You give that inspirational speech.
Hoist this flag and fight like a pirate!
What he said.
What's a
I knew that
pirate?
was coming. He's like, I've never left this place, sir.
Really? Mark my words, my boy. Your destiny lies beyond that shining sea.
On a particular ship with a particular crew.
Chopper, I'm happy to say your treatment is finally complete.
As in, I want to send you on your way before I have no more time.
You're free to go.
Go where? You're his only family. Friend. Anything.
But I'm not healed. I have a stomachache. I have a fever.
I have all the things.
Take care of yourself.
This is the worst breakup ever, sir.
Take to the seas or something and never come back.
Being cruel instead of telling the truth.
You blue-nosed fool!
Not that again. What, Chopper?
Doctor, please open the door, doctor.
Valid crash out, because you should just be honest. Sanji's like, I'm not crying.
No wonder he doesn't like humans.
It's
Ask me,
complicated.
It's his best quality.
Oh. Sounds like it got, I don't even know, like the bronchitis with a mix of the, oh, yeah, maybe some lung cancer.
You're a goner.
Damn!
No. No.
You couldn't sugarcoat that? Maybe the tuberculosis.
I am not just a greed-driven witch. I've got skill.
And you're
The double glasses.
So go back to that land where you saw those cherry blossoms.
Knew it was a biography.
the cure-all mushroom the villagers talk about.
Doesn't exist.
Are you sure?
Nobody gets out of the Valley of Death alive.
That's probably why it's called the Valley of Death.
We're a lot alike, he and I.
You're both clumsy.
I
Both
wanted to
stubborn. But
Give him
honestly,
one
that's very
last
selfish to
present.
think that he wouldn't want to be there. Give him the choice.
Korea,
Her real name.
please.
On his knees.
You seriously expect me to finish your foolish research?
He does.
Look after your weird pet?
He does.
You are trying to play on my sympathies because you're dying.
Absolutely. There's nothing better to do with that.
Knowing his time was short, Hiraluk worked feverishly those last few days.
Days? Damn, I thought he at least had a few months left at that point, but okay. She meant goner as in instantly.
It's working.
Oh yeah, that's got a special little glow. She got a little something, something.
It's working.
Gently. Maybe take a sip.
Chopper! Chop!
Did you forget you sent him away?
I got it.
He went to the Valley of Death?
Chopper,
Though I walked through the Valley of the Shadow of Death?
where have you been?
I think you know.
In the Valley of Death,
Oh,
I found the mushroom.
And you get out alive, apparently.
the cure-all the villagers have been talking about.
Uh-huh.
Looks like he's in Super Mario Brothers.
And I want you to be my first patient. Teach me how to be one. Or can't a reindeer be a doctor?
You can be whatever you want, boo.
You've got the most important qualification.
Compassion, kindness, love,
Big heart.
which encompasses all those things. You having some mushroom soup?
Is the mushroom soup working?
Look at me.
Terrible.
Ah! You need a little bit of cream in there, you know.
Good medicine always tastes bad.
He ain't wrong about that.
So you know it's working.
Except banana penicillin. They don't make it anymore, but that stuff used to be crack for kids back in the day.
Now that I'm better, I'm going to heal them.
Sounds like a lie.
Is that medicine?
Explosives,
What kind of healing we doing
Castle
right
is-
now, Doc?
heavily guarded.
The permanent kind?
Fight my way in.
He's planning to go out with a bang, quite literally.
I'll come with you.
No, you're in worse shape than I am.
He ain't lying about that.
You're going to make a fine doctor one day, Chopper. I'm living proof of that.
Aw. Now that is a better final gift to give than shoving him out without an explanation.
He's not better. His disease is incurable.
Man, a little
No,
sugarcoating.
really. I found the cure-all mushroom from the book and made him some soup.
Watch it be poison.
The skull and crossbones means anything is possible. Any disease can be cured.
And he knew it and he ate it anyway. Guess he didn't want to go out slow.
You idiot! That
Ma'am.
symbol means it's lethal.
But I guess he did need to learn that.
I do not lie. He
That
knew it
part's
was
true.
poisonous. He drank it anyway. Because he had a soft spot for you in his misguided, oversized heart.
Why are you upset if you didn't care?
Kindness does not save lives.
Untrue?
If you
Categorically?
really want to save people, you need to study and learn medicine.
I mean, yes, but kindness isn't a factor in there.
You will not save a single person.
Why are you screaming at him? This anger is misdirected.
Dr. Herlick won't be back.
Went out on his own terms. Sorry, Pookie.
Gone to make Drum Castle his grave.
Period, Doc. He said, y'all were going to remember me.
I shall do all within my power to ease the suffering of the sick.
And in this case, they're sick in the head. Although a lot of those soldiers probably didn't have a choice, but still. Not oh my God, that is quite the stained glass art. Okay.
I'm strong as an ox. Ow! It's too tight.
That's the whole point of a cuff, sir.
The fugitive doctor has arrived.
So they forgot about her, huh? Or they don't consider her a doctor.
It was just me being tricked.
That's what you say out loud in front of the person who might have tricked you?
I thought you had to be smart to be a physician.
Really?
Knowing the danger. Why did you come?
Why indeed?
If this were an emergency, I wouldn't call for a quack like you.
That's good. Want you dead anyway.
When does a man die?
Ooh, speech time.
Is it when he eats soup made from a poisonous mushroom? No.
Hello, transformation! And the pants stay on.
A man dies when he is forgotten.
The second death.
But my dream will live on. And the ailing people of Drum will be healed.
Give that inspirational speech.
Can Drum Kingdom be saved?
Just gotta get rid of the sickness on the throne.
A monster will appear. Please don't hurt him.
He knew.
He is my son.
Aw, peace out, hoes.
I've had a marvelous life.
That's what everyone wants to hopefully say at the end of their days. Well, I think he's gonna clap them together like that. He could have stood closer to the king to do that.
Kill the monster, son!
Okay. Not his hat surviving the one thing.
No!
Hello. Speaking of monsters, okay. Oh, it face change.
No!
The baby voice.
Don't sacrifice yourself needlessly for this country.
That part.
Live.
For your father. Chopper thinks quickly. We like that.
Where is the beast? Did you not bring me his head?
Ew.
But now I see where this country is headed. Collapse. And I won't walk that path any longer.
Loser.
You defy me.
I don't care enough to defy you.
What are you doing?
Reading? His mean face is adorable.
I'm gonna become a doctor.
Let's learn what the symbols mean first.
Please teach me everything you know.
Right attitude,
Why would I do that?
because you're a good person. And also, you're the only doctor left, so you need to train others. Otherwise, when you go, they're really going to be in trouble down there.
Call me Dr. Reen.
Period. It's fine. Luffy eats his emotions. We've all been there. Hope that was a mushroom soup.
Where's he going?
Probably to find Chopper.
Hey, I'm sorry for snapping last night. Just the pressure getting to me too, I guess.
As it does.
But I brought you breakfast.
Little brewski.
It could be nothing.
In case someone's got to stay here who knows how to fight, it's
If
got to be
have
you.
the trust of the Princess of Alabasta, then
I trust you too, I guess.
perhaps I can trust you as well.
Don't have a lot of options.
You knew about Vivi?
We'd met before. She is a very impressive young woman.
He's like, we've only known her for 3 days, but we agree.
Did you just volunteer to be acting captain of the guard?
May have,
Tell me to do something.
right? He's like, this is kind of what I do. Leading things and beating things up, that makes me feel better.
Hey!
Going and touching
I
it
told you
again
not to touch that.
without asking.
They shouldn't just be sitting inside some box. They should be hung. Proudly.
Well, this technically isn't his house, but I foolishly was just wondering how he was going to get it up there. Then I remembered his arm stretch. Nailed it on the first try.
Oh, shit.
The potty mouth is back.
I'm a monster too.
Are we all? A little bit, sometimes. She's gone. Of course she is. But if she was that close and she knew you were here, Vivi, she could have done something if she wanted to. These people have zero ability to stop her. 3 arrows! Jeez! Oh, revenge, huh?
The traitor lives.
Well, not anymore.
Not for long.
There. The king is back, or false king, if you ask me. I guess that's what we're going to be dealing with most likely in our finale. It's probably a battle for Drum Island, because we don't really have time for much else, to be perfectly honest. All right, guys. Well, that was episode 7, Reindeer Shames, and that was adorable. You know, it was really a nice, beautiful kind of mini movie within the whole series, giving us the background on the character of Chopper, basically how he came into Dr. Reen's world and kind of his whole backstory as far as like why he's so shy around humans and why he had such a visceral response to the flag when Luffy touched it, and you know, just understanding a little bit more about why things are the way they are, even in or on Drum Island, I should say. Like, kind of, we've already gotten a little taste of it in the last episode, but this gives us even more background into how things got to where they are now. And I think the main themes that I took away from this episode, there were so many, but I mean, again, the animation and the voice acting for Chopper is A1 plus. Like, they were pulling up my heartstrings. You know, my girl, I'm a thug. I was able to hold the tears back, but trust, I felt the desire to shed them. So they did the right thing, you know, as far as how they handled it, because I said this in the last episode that was a big question for a lot of people about how they were going to handle Chopper, because clearly he doesn't exist in real life, right? There's no, even though like there's a lot of wild things inside of One Piece, it's one thing to give someone a fake metal jaw, or, you know, or in the other case, the other captain's got the big jawline, you know, that's one thing. It's completely another to create a talking reindeer that can transform into a giant hulking reindeer beast. So yeah, a lot of people were scared it was going to come off a little bit cheesy, a little bit weird, and I'm just glad that it didn't come off as any of those things. It actually ended up looking pretty good. I mean, it was never going to look real because it doesn't exist, but it's enough that I didn't get taken out of the show by what was going on with Chopper. I think they did a great job of making it look like a talking reindeer and added enough, shall we say, humanistic elements to it to make it more relatable, like Chopper's teeth, you know, and mouth were very human-like, and the big eyes were much more human-like as well. So little things like that help to just make it easier for the brain to kind of take it in and not get taken out too much or freaked out by this character. But anyways, that aside, I think there are some main themes that were in this with the whole relationship between Chopper and Dr. Hurlock, and the main ones around, you know, companionship, right? Hearing that Chopper is an orphan, that Chopper didn't have anybody, and that Dr. Hurlock was also a very similar situation as far as not having anyone. We don't know much about his past outside of the fact that he was clearly a pirate at one point. But yeah, basically, you know, they bonded over that mutual loneliness, but they had a very different viewpoint philosophically on humans and the idea of, you know, what the right thing to do is when it comes to humans. Chopper had a very bad experience with humans, right? He saw the violence, the cruelty, the hate, the othering when something is different or that they don't understand. And that's very metaphorical for our real life today, right? A lot of people have experienced the nasty side of humanity, whether it's because of, you know, their racial background, their ethnicity, their religion, their gender, their sexual identity. So many things in this world that unfortunately will bring out some nasty sides of humans. And it can definitely make one feel jaded and feel very bitter about the world and the people in it. We heard Chopper say multiple times, you know, to hell with them humans. Why are you even trying to help them? They try to take me out for just existing. Like, what? But on the other hand, you have Hurlock that even though he was going through a similar experience at that moment, right, with being hunted by the guard and by the king and knowing that people, other doctors are being held in unfavorable conditions and hurt, he very much could have sided with him and said, yeah, you know, you're right, Chopper, forget those people. We shouldn't try to help anybody anymore. But instead he was like, no, I'm a doctor and doctors swear an oath to help people and to take care of them and try to help them, you know, heal and get better. But more than that, he's like, you can't hold a grudge. That was his word. You know, you can't hold a grudge. You got to believe in humanity and hope that, you know, at some point they'll remember their core values, who they are, and they'll turn it around and it'll eventually get better, right? And that's the cycle that humanity's been going through for as long as time has been around. We have some dark moments. We go into some times and have actions that are a bit like, wow. I mean, some would argue that right now we're kind of having a bit of that going on where it's like, wow, really? People are like this? But there's also been golden eras. There have been beautiful moments. There are times when things kind of, you know, reset themselves, I like to call it. And the whole point is that you can't just give up. You can't just assume that humanity is done, stick a fork in it, there's no turning back. That's just not true. Humanity, at the core, the vast majority of humans are kind and they are intrinsically able to and have the desire to help others and to be there for each other. But, you know, as I said, we have our moments. So anyway, the two of them kind of needed each other, not only for company, but in the case of Chopper, he needed Dr. Hurlock to teach him more about being more open and being at least open to the idea of letting other people into his life, because he needed people, right? We saw that when Dr. Hurlock tried to push him away because he knew he was dying, that immediately Chopper broke down because he's like, you're the only person I know. You're my only friend. Like, I don't want to be like, he'd been alone for a long time and obviously he wasn't happy about it, but he'd adapted. But then he got back into having someone around again, and to have that cut off again, he wasn't willing to go back there. So, you know, he had to learn that in order for him to continue having people in his life, because Hurlock knew from the second he met Chopper that he was on a timer. He knew that if he wanted Chopper to meet other people and for Chopper to have the opportunity to have a family and friends again, he'd have to open up his heart first and trust people first. And on Drum Island, that's humans, right? He's like he said, the reindeer sadly are messing with him, so it would have to be other humans. So yeah, that was a very a mutually beneficial connection that they developed there, while Dr. Hurlock worked tirelessly on creating a cure-all, right? He really believed that there couldn't be such a thing as an incurable disease. And of course, that was because of his own personal situation. He knew he was sick. And I love the beautiful story that he gave about how many years ago he'd been given a much shorter life sentence, and he decided to go out and look, you know, for any doctor that could potentially give him a different prognosis. And instead, he ended up stumbling upon a place with beautiful cherry blossoms. And he said it was just so beautiful that he healed. He said he went back, and after he saw this beautiful sight and took in the wonder, it touched him so deeply and gave him such a renewed sense of hope that when he went back, the doctors gave him a new prognosis. They were like, no, actually you're better. Like, that short prognosis is no longer valid. So I love that because, you know, as I said in the episode, that happens in real life, by the way. I mean, people call it miracles, but there have been people who've been given, like doctors said, oh, you've got X amount of months to live or whatever it is, and there's no hope for you. And then that person basically changed their mindset into focusing on the things that made them happy and had the mindset that I'm not going. Like, that's not I don't believe that. I don't accept that. And they've really just kind of worked to make their lives the happiest and most fulfilling that they can. And it has happened where they've done that. And then when they've gone back to the doctor to check up in a few weeks or months, the doctor's like, whoa, actually, it's different. Like, you're actually healthier. The things that were affecting you are not as strong, or in some cases they've been eliminated, right? So again, they call it a miracle, but I am a strong believer that this is the strongest thing in your body and your thoughts. And if you have thoughts that things are not good and you're not going to last long, all those kinds of things, I think that you're going to make it come true. Conversely, I think if you have a strong enough belief, and I mean like a to your core belief that you're going to get better and things are going to get better, you absolutely can do those things. So that's my belief system. I mean, obviously people might feel differently, but I really like that they brought out that I do think your mental state and emotional state have a heavy effect on your body in the long run. So, and we know this, right? That's scientifically proven that people who are highly stressed, for example, they tend to have shorter lives and get sicker than people who have less stress and live happier lives, right? So anyway, that was kind of a really nice message overall. And of course, then we got into the whole meaning around the flag. That was a beautiful thing around where he said his pirate flag for him meant never give up and that anything was possible. Freedom, talking a lot about what typically piracy meant for a lot of people back in the day when piracy was kind of rampant, back in the 18th century or so. But anyways, just kind of, again, feeding into also the belief system that Luffy has around what being a pirate means, right? We already know that I keep forgetting the name of the government that his grandfather works for, but yeah, they all believe that piracy is bad, but pirates have a much different viewpoint on it. Of course, there are some that are doing illegal things, but you get my point. So yeah, that was kind of some nice lessons in that regard. We got a little bit more background on Dr. Rean as well. Like, she's very blunt, no nonsense. She's like, her philosophy was very diametrically opposite to, well, not diametrically, let me take that back. Her philosophy on medicine and the body were quite different than Herlux. For her, she's like, I believe, she's much more the typical doctor. I believe in science. I believe in knowledge. I believe in action. I believe in when I can see what's tangible. Don't give me any of that hippy dippy woo woo stuff. I don't believe in it. Don't tell me about it. And he, of course, was like, no, I think there's more to it. So, they kind of butted heads philosophically on that, but they respected each other clearly. And that's why we see that when she found out that he was very, very sick, and when he asked her to take care of Chopper and continue his work, she initially said no, but I think she always kind of felt like, I always feel like even despite the way he went out, I think she always planned on doing it. But yes, I think when she found out that he drank the poison mushroom and decided to go out on his own terms, that she really respected that, even though it was hastening something that was going to happen sooner or later, his firm conviction and showing compassion to Chopper by not letting him know that he'd gone through that perilous journey to the Valley of Death for nothing, but also just to continue to encourage him with his dreams, that he went through all of that, and also the spirit of keeping healing and medicine alive, that he did all of that. And then, of course, went out on his own terms, but not before inspiring the people in that court that were willing to listen. She just couldn't just let all of that go to waste. And from the looks of things, not all of his stuff was completely cockamamie, right? There was some stuff that actually made some sense. So very nice that they kind of wrapped that all up and kind of made us understand why this was important to her and why she did in fact take young Chopper on as an apprentice. And that's kind of where he's at right now. We got this little fluffy ball who has all this love to give, shall we say, a little bit of a distrust, which is honestly very valid considering that despite everything, he is still in fact an anomaly. But thanks to Dr. Herluck and now Dr. Rean, and obviously we now know with Luffy and co, he's going to experience the better side of humanity and recognize that a lot of Herluck's words were absolutely valid and necessary for him to have a good life, especially if he wants to become a doctor at some point. Yeah, outside of that, we got the, kind of the complete history. I shouldn't say complete, but they've kind of given us a better picture of what was going on with Drum at that time. We saw our commander, our captain of the guard, whatever you would like to call him. He was still standing by the king's side at that point. He clearly was already disgusted with him before Dr. Herluck showed up, but hearing that speech, Dr. Herluck reminding him of the fact that there's still a chance to turn things around, that if there isn't a change soon, that Drum Willie will be doomed. But it's really about, as long as the people have hope and a desire to rebuild and turn it back into a good place, it was possible. So yeah, we see that that's kind of what helped the captain to make his decision to be like, I can't be complicit anymore. And we see he walked away at that point. But yeah, now we know that from a couple episodes ago that unfortunately their pig king went and got a devil fruit from Mr. Zero. And so, yeah, he now has some type of devil fruit power. I cannot remember it from the anime. I'm so sorry. But yes, he's got something and he's back, right? He said he wants to take his kingdom back. You know, the doctors, yeah, he took all the doctors with him, so they should probably still be with him. But the big thing is he wants to go back. He wants to take over Drum again because he ran away because the pirates showed up and he couldn't fight them. So now he thinks that since he's got his Gum Gum ability, he'll be able to take on the pirates should they come back. And then he wants to continue draining Drum of everything of use. So as I said, we only have one episode left. So I'm thinking we're going to definitely have our versus battle. It's going to be here on Drum Island. We're going to have to fight to free Drum, and there's going to probably be a battle inevitably between Luffy and this king, and potentially a little bit of Chopper, because Chopper's got some beef with that king. That king is the reason, well, in his mind, is the reason that his dad is gone, but we all know as an audience that Herlock made that decision for himself. But still, that king has a lot to answer for. So I am looking forward to seeing what's going to go down in our final episode. The season's been great so far. I enjoyed this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed watching along with me. If you did, please show some love and I'll see you in the next one.